We are watching Ibra Sejjemba versus Stanford-driven Ginte. Ibra from Uganda versus Ginte from Malawi. His current scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Ibra. These two gentlemen are star players in the country, nicknamed the Killer. That's Ibra. And Ginte, his nickname is actually Ginte. Kamau. I believe he got that nickname in Kenya for some reason or one reason or the other. Anyway, after winning the toss, Ibra elected to break first, so he'll be breaking at all odd-numbered frames, while Ginte breaks at all even-numbered frames. Unfortunate scratch there on the break by Ibra the Killer. Free shot and a visit for Ginte. Ginte is a very, very fast player. Generally, people know him to be very quick. This is Ibra, who's known to be on the rather slow side. It's any man's game really here. These are two star players. It can go either way. May the best man win, but it's definitely promising to be exciting. Not so good a position there in terms of the cue ball position for the next shot. Messed it up a little. Maybe you can just choose to defend a slight tap of the cue ball onto the red, or go for some other red which does not pot. Yeah, Ibra's back in business. This is the second day of the second edition of the Patriarchs Pool Tournament, the 2025 edition. Bigger and better than it was last year. Last year was the first edition, which featured a total of 16 Zimbabwean players. This time it's bigger and better with 32 players, with 14 being from Zimbabwe and the other 18 being foreigners. The total of 7 different countries represented here. Life 1 yesterday was exciting, went all the way until the last 4 of Life 1. And then Ibra's first life yesterday was taken by fellow countryman Ian Kazibwe. Ginte's first life was taken by Kile from Zimbabwe. It was 9-7 in favor of Kile there, and with Ibra's game in the second round, it was 9-5 in favor of Ian Kazibwe, fellow countryman. So they're both down to their last lives. So whoever loses here bows out of the tournament. It's a race to 9. But these are untimed matches, so it ends when it ends. Jonathan says, too many interesting games. I don't even know which one to watch. I know, right? So many interesting games happening right around a number of pages that are live streaming. I have this one, Emmanuel Makandiwa Facebook page. There is also Q Pixels Photography, Break and Finish Live, Peter Jobe Live, and Under Inspection, both on Facebook and YouTube. So you can search between the different matches, different players, and the different pages. It's exciting all round. Star players. Everybody who's in this tournament is a force to be reckoned with. What skill is that? Awesome. Awesome shooting. Lovely, good stuff. Good stuff there. Maybe a drawback with the one in center to center. Perhaps making position for the other two. Well done. Good position there for a pot at the bottom left corner pocket. Nice cue management, but what is nice cue management without a pot? It counts and makes for nothing. Ibra back in business now. 2-0 is the scoreline. Still early days. Still a long way to go. And if you've just joined us, high five and welcome. These are last 16 matches of Life 2. Life 1 has 4 men remaining. We've paused those a bit. Taken a pause on the Life 1 matches. The Life 1 participants that are still standing are Ian Kazibwe from Uganda, Kaswazi Joseph from Uganda, Ceazer Chandigar from Uganda, and Pakanati Jimu from Zimbabwe. Those are our last 4 men standing in Life 1, and the only 4 who still have both lives intact. The black goes down, and it's 3-0 now in favor of Ibra Sejjemba, aka the killer, or like some teased him about some time ago. He became known as the guy who plays like he doesn't want to play. Some of his fellow top shooters termed him that, the guy that plays like he doesn't want to play. But he delivers. He definitely delivers. Frame number 4 loading with Ginte set to break. A relatively good break there in terms of opening up the balls. However, unfortunately, he did not manage a pot, so it's open table. It's any man's game, really. Will it be reds or yellows for Ibra? It can go either way. Table closed, and yellows it is for Ibra. Ibra Sejjemba, the killer. He's very good at what he does. We have two men in this round, or on this live 2, who have now made it into the quarter-final stages of live 2. That's Kelvin Fiketi from Zambia and Pila Mazambani from South Africa. Just for a quick rundown of the current matches happening in the last 16. We have Royd Kabwe versus Joseph Kasozi, Ibra Sejjemba versus Ginte, Maluva versus Sif, Moses Movia versus Kelvin Fikoti, Aiden Joseph versus Ian Kazibwe, Ceazer Chandigar versus Masiment, Pakanati versus Mafana, and 2 matches have been seen to completion in the last 16. That's Pila Mazambani versus Inspector. It ended 9-1 in Pila's favor. The other one is Kelvin Fikoti versus Moses Mofia. It ended 9-5 in Mofia's favor. The first round, and the round of 32, we saw several men bow out of the tournament. A total of 16 bowed out of the tournament in that round. The results are as follows: Pakanati 9, Sakala 8. Another game, Mafana 9, Bubesi 6. In the match between Inspector and Delele, it ended 9-3 in Inspector's favor. Pila Mazambani versus Harry Martin, it ended 9-7 in favor of Pila. Ceazer Chandigar versus O'Sullivan, it ended 9-4 in favor of Ceazer. Timela versus Masiment, it ended 9-5 in Masiment's favor. Aiden Joseph versus Richard Mshobe, aka Family Man, that ended 9-6 in favor of Aiden. Ooh, lovely shot there by Ibra, squeezing through there past the black with his last pot, and now he's down to the black, looking for a third steal, a third black, the third frame. It's 3-0 in a race to 9. Back to the results. The results of action that took place earlier today. Hazard versus Ian Gazebo ended 9-2 in Ian's favor. Moses Mofia versus Jerry Naidu ended 9-8 in Mofia's favor. Calvin Fiketi versus Eshka ended 9-6 in Calvin's favor. Leroy versus Maluva ended 9-6 in Maluva's favor. Sif and Kile took that to a decider, with Sif winning 9-8. Ibra Sejjemba versus Buffalo. Ibra won 9-7. Gente versus Tami Jababu. It ended 9-7 in Gente's favor. Bibido versus Royd ended 9-8 in Royd's favor. That was another tight, nail-biting one. Kasazi Joseph versus Pipiro ended 9-1 in Kasazi's favor. Alright, Ibra takes the break, but doesn't pot. After nicely opening the balls up for Royd. Frame number 5 currently underway. Ibra, the little magician, as some like to call him, attacking away. Some good potting, good and careful potting. Loving the cue ball management there, the positioning. Position, position, position. Position is everything. Need to map out your shots. How you're going to pot, where you're going to pot, and where your cue ball is going to land in preparation for the next shot and the next shot. And. 4 reds to go here. Lovely venue, lovely crowd, lovely shots, lovely organization, lovely equipment, lovely everything right round. It's just a lovely atmosphere, lovely tournament, very well organized. Thank you to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa for choosing to celebrate his birthday in style with a pool tournament featuring some of Africa's finest talents. Down to 2 reds he is, Ibra Sejjemba. Great stuff as he looks to grab his 5th frame now to lead 5-0. Ginte is very well capable of staging a comeback here. He could easily, not so easily, he's facing a tough opponent, equally tough opponent, but he could just as well engage a handbrake. Stop Ibra right in his tracks, catch up and even up, maybe even overtake, you never know. It's any man's game still. Still early days. It's a little threatening, but not too bad. It's 5-0 in a race to 9, and now Ibra needs 4 frames. Good shooting there by Gente as he attacks away in the yellows. I tip him to try and clear here. Lovely position play. I think he meant to play his white for that yellow that's gunning for this bottom left corner pocket. Mess it up a little. Snook it himself, but let's see what's plan B gonna be. Tip him to try and clear here. Ibra. Five one it is now in favor of Ibra. These two have a bit of a history between each other. They faced each other at least 4 times, 4 or so times, and each time Gente has emerged the winner. Ibra has suffered a lot in the hands of Ginte. Today, Ibra is paying for his blood, seeking revenge. He wants to rewrite history, retell the story with a different narration. Table open after a dry break by Ibra. I think reds are looking alright. I think Ginte may want to go for the top left corner pocket using that little gap between the pocket and the yellow, and that's it. Table closed. Reds he has gone for. Layout not too difficult, though there's a bit of homework with a few of his reds clustered with other balls around the table. But he can manage it. He may just manage to manage it. Is going into defense mode. Ibra might just manage to take off with the part of the yellow in the center there. He might. Friday, then you're asking what the score is now. It's 5-1 in favor of Ibra. Right. Ginte, I think, was trying to snooker right back. He has limited Ibra's options there. There's one ball he's left open, so it's only partially obscured there. But he can still get that yellow. I'm not sure if he can pot it though. Free shot on the visit there for Ibra. Good use of his free shot. Yellows are looking alright. Should be able to attack away without too much trouble. At 6-1 it is. It's getting a little tense. 7 frames down out of a possible 17. Ibra now needs 3, while Ginte needs 8. It's achievable though he'll need to put in a lot of hard work, as well as avoid fouling on the break or dry breaks. Lawrence Kamwana is saying it looks like a bad day for Ginte. You never know. It's too early to tell. It's getting a little tense, 6-1, but you never know. I'm looking forward to possibly seeing him engage a mini handbrake there. Maybe catch up. Or maybe he'll lose to Ibra for the first time. Of all the encounters they've had, all the matchups they've had, Ginte has emerged the winner. Another frame in the bag. 7-1 it is in favor of Ibra. He's cruising on nicely. Looking comfortable, sitting comfortably at a 7-1 scoreline. He needs 2, Ginte needs 8. Out of a 17 frame match in terms of best of 17 or race to 9. Frame number 9. Ibra breaking. That's a dry break there from Ibra. I tip Gente to try and clear this, to try and deliver a red apple. He needs to. If he's to ease off of any pressure he may be feeling. Or if he's just taking a look there just to confirm the balls are touching. Yes, confirmed, touching balls. Good drawback there from Ginte. 4 yellows to go. Just like that, he's down to the one last ball. Hopefully for his sake, he can manage to putt it, record a second win, and make this a lot more competitive. It's a rather one-sided affair here, with 7-1 being the scoreline. Ibra leading. The black goes down with a loud thud. A lot of confidence there, confidence galore, but definitely good value for your money and time. I'm loving the entertainment. Wherever you're watching us from, thank you for your delightful company. Day 2 of the Patriots Pool Tournament, the second of its kind. 32 players, 7 countries. Awesome, it's live. It's definitely lit. Referee is preparing to put together the balls. I'm not sure if it's going to rug them. The player may want to rug them. Alright. I thought the player was asking the referee to rack his own balls. A couple of players earlier have been doing that. I think it gives some sort of a solace when you're trailing. Maybe it's in the mind. But yeah, each to their own. 7 to 9 frames in the bag. Out of possible 17, a foul break from Ginte. Hand on waist, he's visibly disappointed in himself, disappointed in the outcome of that break. And I think Ibra here, with the free shot and the visit, will not allow Royd back on the table anymore. Good potting there from Ibra. Taking his time, nicely plotting, mapping out his game plan. I think he may just clear here. Maybe Jinta's punishing himself there for messing up on the break another time again. Maybe, just maybe, he should consider changing something about the way he's breaking. Joseph and Subuga is saying yes, Ceazer is in, probably still unbeaten. Yes, he's one of the 4 men who still remain unbeaten in this tournament, still both lives intact. That would be Ceazer Chandigar, Uganda, Ian Kasibo, Uganda, Joseph Kasozi, Uganda, and Pakanati Jimu, Zimbabwe. Down to the black he is, looking to sit on top of the hill, and that he does. 8 frames in the bag. Nice cruising there. Nice work. Frame number 11 with a good break there from Ibra. Ibra the killer. Breaking and potting. Not a very good distribution of the balls there, but nothing the little magician cannot handle. It's gunning for the yellows to close table. Well, the cannon there, lovely, good stuff. Will this be the last frame of the match? Will this be the last visit? Will Ginte get turned back at the table? Or will this be done deal? You could decide to either start at the center or the towards the right side of the table there, or bottom side of the table rather. The one near the pocket and the one along the rail. Either or. Maybe leave those for last. Especially since they're closest to the black. Maybe leave those for last while shaping up the cue ball for the black. How are you? Fortunate scratch there. Free shot on the visit. Gente had received a lifeline there, a chance to recover, a chance to redeem himself, but the little magician will not let it happen. Not at the moment. Ibra is getting his revenge after losing at the arms of Ginte several times in the past. May this be game down. I think the black is the one that's giving Ibra the most trouble here. There's the hesitation in executing the shot. Maybe overthinking it or thinking twice about it. But eventually he decided in a position, and I think that's a very good plan and very good execution. Now he can attack away the two balls at the right side of the table. Short rail. Then the center. Then lastly the black. Great stuff, great execution. Two yellows remain. Does Ginte know his fate already? It's quite likely that Ibra will clear now. Very good positioning there. Nicely lined up for the black. Possibly the last black of this match. For Ibra to cruise through to the next round, the round of the last 8. And the black is down. Well done to Ibra. A very convincing scoreline, very convincing win. 9-2 it ends in favor of Ibra. Tough luck to Ginte. He's part out of the tournament. He gave it a good run though, but it wasn't good enough. Well done, Ibra Sejjemba, cruising through to the last 8. Hope you're enjoying from wherever you're watching from. My name is Priscilla, Priscilla Voice. I'm certainly enjoying the spectacle. What a marvel. The talent displayed here, the organization, everything is just top notch. Definitely worth all our time here. Celebration of the birthday of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. What a spectacle, what a marvel. It's awesome, it's lit, it's grand, it's on fire. Big high five and Kudos to all the associate sponsors that have been assisting in one way or the other in making the event what it is today. Takura Meat, Torrent, a Bestie Home, Pizza Hut, Market Force, Morlash, Platinum Entertainment, Wellness Medicals, Bako Consultancy, ATA Advanced Talent Agency, Fast Cred Financial Services, Nevson Select, and La Class Boutique. Kudos to you. Thank you all for joining in this event, sponsoring and assisting and supporting the growth of the sport while celebrating the birthday of our Prophet Baba Emmanuel Makandiwa. Other games still underway on your screen currently. I'm sure you can see Maluva there, Maluva versus Sif. That's still currently underway. A couple of other games as well happening concurrently. Hang 10, ladies and gentlemen. In a couple of moments on the same stream, we will be watching a grand match. Many are calling it a final before final. We'll get to see Aiden Joseph, aka the Ghost, versus Ceazer Chandigar, aka the Scorpion. Those two are rivals on the table. A game that has attracted many across the continent. These two have amassed so many fans for themselves, highly rated everywhere, well, across in many countries. They have many fans in many countries. It's sure to be a very lit encounter, very exciting, and definitely worth our time. So that will be happening in a few moments on the stream Hang 10. Preparations are underway. Aiden has just arrived. Ceazer has also just arrived on the table. In a bit, they will lag. The lag is the toss. And the game will begin. Aiden versus Ceazer. That's to happen in a bit, in a minute or so. Aiden looking nicely relaxed and calm there. These two, like I said, are giants on the pool table, enemies on the table, but quite friendly with each other off the table. But it's war on the table. It's game on. It's a big game. Everyone's looking forward to it here. It's pretty hyped up. May the best man win. Ceazer still has 2 lives intact, and Aiden is on his last leg after losing his first life to Royd Kabwe yesterday. He's baying for Ceazer's blood. It's promising to be fireworks. It's promising to be lit, fast-paced, lots of exciting shots, lots of apples too. Just in a minute, the game will begin. We're just waiting for a Ceazer. The 2 players have just lagged. That's the toss for the match between Aiden Joseph, aka the Ghost from South Africa, versus Ceazer Chandigar, aka the Scorpion. These 2 stars are stars in their countries, Uganda and South Africa. A much hyped matchup. Fans everywhere talking about it. Lots of fans in the venue looking forward to the match. They have so many fans. Several fans from so many countries. It's promising to be lit, fireworks. The referee is just racking the balls. Aiden has won the toss and has opted to break first. He'll be breaking on all odd-numbered frames, while Ceazer is breaking at all even-numbered frames. It's game on. Aiden breaks and scratches. I tip Ceazer to open this up with the red apple mastery at the first try. He's very capable of it. Both of them are. I'm certain we're going to see a number of apples from these 2 stars. Good use of his first shot. These 2 have had a rather successful pool career over the years. But I've always believed that success for anyone is all about drive, dedication, and desire, but also about confidence and faith as well. These two have a lot of confidence and faith in themselves. They've won lots of tournaments, lots of accolades, lots of trophies, lots of medals, and lots of hearts. And just like that, we're down to the last two balls, two yellows here, as he looks to record the first apple on the first frame, a red apple. Mastery of the first try. Well done to Ceazer there. Paying for Aiden's blood. Grabbing the first win. 1-0 in a race to 9. It's promising to be fast-paced if the first frame is anything to go by. This is the second day of the second edition of the Paytrex Pool Tournament. The 2025 edition, the second of its kind. The first edition was last year, featuring 16 Zimbabwean players, where Ronald Kazembe, aka O'Sullivan, was the winner, and that one runner-up Stephen Baswani, aka Mafana. This year they've gone bigger and it's better than ever before in terms of the number of players, the quality of players, as well as the total prize pot. And just like Aiden did in the first frame, Ceazer as well scratches on the break, and I tip Aiden to respond with a reverse run as well. You very may well do that. Aiden shooting away here. And like I highlighted earlier, this is his last life after his first life was taken by Royd Kabwe from Zambia yesterday in a thrilling decider. Ended 9-8 in Royd's favor. Good cueing there. And just like that, he's down to 3 balls. Years and years of practice and experience brought them to this. Star players, quality players that they are. Can I get some predictions? Who do you think will emerge the winner between these two? What will the scoreline be at the end of this dance between Aiden and Ceazer? And just like that, another red apple recorded between Aiden and Ceazer. Well done. The black goes down with a loud thud. Confident shooting there. Kudos to both of these players, giving us a good show. It's fireworks, 1-1 in a race to 9. These guys, to get to this level, have put in lots and lots of hours of practice, lots of dedication. Although it's not about the number of hours you practice, it's about the number of hours your mind is present during practice. They have a lot of presence and command a lot of respect on the pool table. A dry break there from Aiden. None of them have gotten their breaks right so far. So far, 2 scratches on the breaks and 1 dry break. With a total of 2 frames won and 2 apples, 1 from either player. Open table. Reds it is for Ceazer. He's going to be attacking away, and in a minute he could just be on the black. There's just one maybe problematic ball. The red in bulk that's kissing onto the yellow. He could just open it right about now, play cannon, potting the one red, opening up the other red, just like that. Eventual positioning of the cue ball, though, not so ideal. He could try and take off a long-range pot with the red that's past the center line from where the cue ball is. A good long-range pot to take off and maybe a run with this. He's thinking hard. Chalking, okay, he's not going for the long-range pot. Maybe still plotting, thinking of the best way forward. These two live their lives in terms of sporting lives, live their sporting lives to the fullest. Beautiful gift from God they have, beautiful talent they have. It's an opportunity not only to bring their talents to fruition, but it's also a responsibility for them. And they take that responsibility very seriously. And they bring their A game every single time. Well done. You see Prophet Emmanuel Makandi were thoroughly impressed there, fascinated by what he's saying. We all are. Good entertainment here. Very good entertainment. Inside Pool ZW says a big shot from Ceazer. Big shot indeed. Ah, look at that. I don't know why I'm tempted to say Aiden brings his A game when he's playing Ceazer, and Ceazer brings his A game when he's playing Aiden. They both take it up a notch, I think, when they're playing each other. Or maybe it just seems that way. Or maybe it's just my mind. Maybe I'm just biased. But yeah, they've both their A game. If the first two frames is anything to go by, well, so far so good. They're queuing really well. Ceazer still has both lives intact, and Aiden is down to one lost life. Aiden claps, acknowledging the beauty of a shot, and Ceazer's down to the black. Ceazer's messed up there. Free shot and a visit for Aiden. It's certain here. He will be punished for that error. Ceazer's certainly going to be punished here, I'm sure. He shoots on. 3 yellows to go. I think it's going to be a blow for blow here. Can I get some predictions in the comment section? What do you think will be the final scoreline between these two at the end of this race? It's a race to 9. How do you think it'll end? Probably a nice draw back loading to position himself nicely for the black. There we go. The black is as easy as. And it's down 2-1. Aiden to the good. Frame number 4 loading with Ceazer set to break. I'm seeing a couple of predictions here in the comment section. Inside Pool ZW predicts Aiden to win 9-7. Terence Muniele says Aiden 9-8. Okay. Giftum Shoryua says Ceazer 9-8. Robin Chaka says Ceazer 9-7. Admire Chikuku says Ceazer 9-8. Honest Mishi says Aiden 9-7. All right, so Guya Vincent says, of course, of course, it's Caesar winning 9-8. Rise Visuals says Caesar 9-6. Innocent Zisengwe agrees with you. Vin Vincent says Aiden to lose, to lose 7-9. All right, Fiona Msabengana thinks it might go to a decider. Who do you think will win, though? I'm actually also thinking it'll go to a decider. I can't decide who I think will win, but I'm predicting a decider, or maybe I'm just hoping for a decider for selfish reasons. I enjoy watching these two play, and I like to prolong the action. So if it goes to a decider, I get to watch more frames. get more action from these two. Prince Mulahadi says 9-5 Ghost to win. What a shot. What a marvel. Good combination shot there. Precision is on point. Stanley Mako predicts 9-6 to Aiden. Takuza Mushore says 9-7 to Ceazer. Simba Mugure says Aiden winner. Terence Muniele says Aiden to win 9-8. Isaac the Real says amazing game to watch. Indeed, I agree with you. Very amazing. Kayanja Jadaida says 9-5 to Caesar. Sagur Vincent says 9-8 to Caesar. Ochaben says 9-7 to Aiden. Rodney Chugua 9-7 to Caesar. Joshua Chambere says 9-7 to Aiden. Omohola Malefi says 9-8 to Aiden. And the black is down 2-2, blow for blow. I have a feeling it'll continue on neck and neck all the way to the decider. Maybe, maybe not. Sebonkosi says, how can a scorpion kill a ghost? Let's watch and learn. Maybe, maybe not. Dylan Temba says 9-9 draw. Okay, you funny. Komeni says Aiden to win 9-5. Kepa says Aiden to win 9-7. Okay. Isaac Diriel says Caesar's going to win 9-8. Yamikani Boy says Caesar 9-6. Yes, David Zumaniel, I am hoping for a decider. I want to watch a whole 17 frames between these two. Not 10 or 11 or so. I want a whole 17 frames. I'm thoroughly entertained by their play. And I want to watch as much as possible. Good break there from Aiden. Ooh, the black almost dropped. The best break so far. Breaking and putting as well. Tyree Big Stepper says 9-5 to Caesar. Okay. Alan Yamukapa says Aiden has precision. He might take this one. You never know. You never know. David Zemanuel says Caesar's too good, guys. Aiden's also good. They're both good. I won't take away anything from either player. They're both very good. I'll give that to them. Faustin Garima is predicting 9-6 to Aiden. Abraham Sakala 9-6 to Caesar. T-Flow 9-1 to Aiden. Okay, no, that's not going to happen. It's not going to be 9-1. Look at the scoreline now. It's already 2-2. Okay, maybe you posted your prediction much earlier. I don't know. Jane Shikati says 9-7 to Caesar. Potso Molema says when two elephants fight, the earth trembles. Yeah, and their fans fight a lot, eh? On WhatsApp, on various social media pages. These two have many fans, and the fans really go at it. Second apple by Aiden. That's the second apple. 3 apples recorded so far. 2 red and 1 green by apples. Break and dishes and reverse dishes. An apple is an informal term we use here in Africa to refer to a break and dish, which is a green apple, and a reverse dish, which is a red apple. Nice play there. Very entertaining. Very exciting. 3-2 it is in favor of Aiden. Trimo Americano says 9-7 Caesar to win. Bothol Benga says 9-8 Caesar to win. All right. Tafaza Mavura says 9-6 to Caesar. Maratma Mwamba says this match is tough to predict, to be honest. Yeah, I feel you there. I'm struggling, honestly, to predict myself, to make a prediction. Only thing I can say is I'm hoping for a decider. Maybe even predicting a decider, but more of hoping for one. Seguya Vincent High Five. My name is Priscilla, Pris the Voice. We're watching Aiden Joseph versus Ceazer Chandigar. Two very much talked about pool players on the African continent, highly rated. Lots of accolades under their names. Lots of fans. Lots of talent. Lots of medals. Good shooting, Ceazer. He's down to the last four red, sorry, not red, four yellow balls. And just like that, he's down to the black. And he pots it with such confidence. I love the confidence there. These guys are very popular in the sport of pool in Africa. Their reputation precedes them. But generally, I believe you should be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. But you know what? At the end of the day, these two are what they think they are. Ceazer is who he thinks he is. Aiden is who he thinks he is. They are stars. Forces to be reckoned with. Kudos to them for giving us a good show. They've had years and years of practice in this game. They keep going and fighting and going and going and fighting for everything, knowing fully well that one day they'll get what they want. And they've gotten a lot of what they want so far. What a good break. I think this is almost obvious. It's going to be a green apple here. Three, blow for blow. Between these two fine talents, a marvel to watch. Table closed, and reds it is. The precision, it even looked like the red wouldn't go. But hey, it's precision for them now. It's second nature. And that comes from years and years of practice. Hours and hours of practice that they've put in. And I'm just thinking of something a famous person once said. He said, I'm afraid of the okay, that was a good frame. Anyway, as I was saying, the quote was, I'm not afraid of the man that practices 10,000 kicks once, but I'm afraid of the man that practices one kick 10,000 times. These players practice over and over again, one shot over and over again, till they can do it even with their eyes closed. That's how they get to be this good. 4-3 it is, Aiden to the good, and another apple under his belt. I think we just have about like 4 apples now, 5 apples now. This is a game and a half. It's got the vibe of a final. Anyway. Frame number 8, a Ceazer to break. Unfortunate dry break there from Ceazer, who's still looking calm anyway. And none of these guys are afraid to lose. You can't really expect to win if you're not afraid to lose. They've had their fair share of losses in the past, but it's what has made them who they are today. And it's not whether you get knocked down. It's all about whether you get up at the end of the day. They always find a way to get up each time they're knocked down, and that's what is part of the recipe to the players they are today, the fine stars they are today, with lots of fans. And they keep playing over and over until they get it right. Aiden thinking, plotting away, trying to map out a way forward. The cue manipulation, though, the potting prowess, the confidence. It's a marvel to watch. And I think whoever emerges victorious between these two, that'll be a celebration and a half. Sweet victory. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory, And in other news, congratulations to Joseph Kasozi after beating Roy Kabwe 9-6 in the last 16, and he's cruised into the last 8. Joseph Kasozi still with both lives intact. He's now in the last 4 of Life 1 and last 8 of Life 2. Some people like me want it to happen. Some other people out there wish it would happen. And then there are players like these two who just make it happen. I wish I could make it happen like they do. I wish I could play like they do.
Between Pakanati and Mafana. Mafana won 9-8. So Mafana proceeds to the quarterfinals to face Mazambari.
Congratulations also to Stephen Paswana, aka Paswane, after beating Pakanati Jimu 9-8 in the last 16 encounter just now. Pakanati has just lost 1 life and remains with the 1 life that he has from Life 1. He's one of the 4 men standing in Life 1. Exciting encounter this is, blow for blow. Very fast paced. In no time this will be over. In no time we'll have a winner. But it's good value for entertainment. Potsamolema says, honestly enjoy watching these two play. Yeah, you and several other people, several others enjoy these two plays. It's a dry break. Looks like it is. Yes, it is a dry break. No, my bad. 1 red Winton. Okay, it's not a dry break. I managed to break in pot. Will you deliver yet another apple? Maybe you could use the yellow to pot the red there to close table with the reds and then cruise on, and that's just what he has done. Ian Ramsden, you're asking if Jerry's still in. No, Jerry is out, officially out of the tournament. He lost his 1 life yesterday to Pakanatijimu. And today he lost his other life to, who was it again? Yes, to Mofia Moses. More fire from Zambia. Aiden cruising on, just like that. He's made the game look so easy. Maybe next pot to the corner pocket. Then the other corner pocket, the top right. And the last ball before the black. These two have really brought their A game on. It's game on, it's lit. And just like that, another frame in the bag. Crowd claps, thoroughly entertained. This is very entertaining. Very lovely to watch. These two are star players. Gabelo Chona says Aiden will lose this match because he can't grab an opportunity to lead. You'd think so. You never know, you never know. Ceazer looking calm. Cool, calm and collected. They both are. They both don't really show pressure, evidently. If they even feel pressure, that is. An old man once said to me, it's not pressure unless you're not prepared. These two always come to the party very well prepared. Ceazer breaks. And fails to part. It's a dry break. Will Aiden come and clear? These two are star players. Very good at what they do. Ceazer comes from somewhere in northwest of Uganda, a place called Moyo. He's played for a number of pool clubs. The ones I can recall in Uganda are Upper Volta. I think that's his current pool club. But he's played for Upper Volta, CKI in Kampala, Diana Gardens in Gulu, Sharks in Lusaka, actually. Ooh, in Zambia. Ooh. What a miss. Very uncharacteristic of him. I did not expect that. But it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. And chance back to Ceazer. Okay, I'm sure Ceazer has also played for a few more clubs. I was just highlighting the ones I know of. And he's been he's a two-time national champion. The first time he won the national championships under Pool Association of Uganda, the national championships organized by Nile, was in 2023. He walked away with the car there, or rather drove away, as well as the day before yesterday, actually. He won that tournament a second time, being a second-time winner, grabbing a second car. It's 2023 and 2025 is the Ugandan national champion, and he's won more than 60 weekly competitions in Uganda and more than 20 weekly competitions in Zambia. He's won an 8-man comp in Morocco. He's won a 4-man super comp in South Africa. He's won an 8-man ATA super comp in Uganda, as well as in Kenya. He's won, oh wow, look at that cue ball manipulation. What a star. That's beautiful, beautifully done. He's won the Grand Mchana Open. Last year he was the winner at that one, so he's the current champion of the Grand Mchana International Open. He also won the Queen's International here in Zimbabwe, in Bulawayo, in 2023. He's played so many matches and won several of those as well. Against Aiden Joseph, I think he's won 4, if I'm not mistaken. But he has one up on Aiden. He's won more than Aiden has won in terms of money matches between the two. But he is also the first Ugandan to get into the Joy World Hable World Cup prize bracket, and ultimately he became a Joy Hable ambassador. So he travels to China quite a lot there for Hable. It used to be called Chinese 8 ball. Lovely clearance there. You're asking, I see Gift Sinzani asking, is Ginte on? No, Ginte was eliminated less than an hour ago. He lost to Ibra Sejjemba for the first time, losing to Ibra. Oh, what an unfortunate scratch in the break there from Aiden. And I think it's safe to say here, Ceazer is highly likely to punish him with a red apple right there. Aiden also has his own claim to fame. I was just highlighting some of the achievements by Ceazer. Aiden also has his own achievements, and he's been playing since the age of 6. He was taught by his father. Ooh. Ceazer, what was that? Anyway, we're all prone to mistakes, aren't we? And it's still open table. Aiden's spoiled for choice and is set to cruise on. He's probably going for the simplest ball on the table to close table. A guided shot into the pocket, and yellows it is. As I was saying, Aiden started playing at the age of 6 and played his first national event at the age of 9. And he's been at the top of his game for several years. I think I would say his peak was around 2014, 2015. I think, in my opinion, I think that's when he really peaked, when he was about 17 or so. At that stage, he won everything that South Africa had to offer. Like everything that South Africa had to offer, literally. He has won under the 18 nationals in South Africa, under 23 nationals, the men's nationals. He's been All Africa runner-up. He's been All Africa winner a couple of times for the All Africa Championships. He's been World under 18 singles runner-up. Ooh, lovely shot. I like the confidence there. He's been under 21 snooker champ. I mean, I can't actually recall all his achievements at the top of my head right now, because there are many. Oh yes, there's also the under 21 9-ball champ under his belt. Yeah, he specializes in black ball, 8-ball, and 9-ball basically. How's that for cue ball management? Lovely stuff, great stuff there. Needs to manipulate his cue ball a little right now again. Maybe with a bit of right English, if he lets his cue ball bounce off the cushion. Oh, or rather use the black to stop the cue ball in its tracks so that it doesn't snooker himself. Well done there. And just like that, he's down to his last yellow. As I said, he's won the All Africa Pool Association title several times. I lost count. He's been 2 times champion of the Chinese Pool Car Comp, a Joy Cup that was held. He won the South and Eastern Africa Double Life competition in 2021, taking both positions number 1 and 2. It was a double life competition like this one. He's 3 times South African men's black ball pool champion. He's been in a team that once won the World Championship under Team South Africa, and he also won the world's in a doubles competition with his doubles partner. He's also been an All Africa champion in 9-ball and has won several, I mean I can't count, several double life competitions in South Africa. Just this weekend he took part in the Canterbury competition the day before yesterday in Cape Town in South Africa. He was runner-up in that one, made it all the way to the finals, losing to a lad by the name of Ibra. Same day, Ceazer as well was in competition in Uganda. He clinched the grand prize in that one. I mean, these two have won lots and lots in their pool journey. They're basically just very intelligent on the pool table, very artistic, very clinical, and just a marvel, a pure marvel to watch. Ceazer shooting on here. The scorpion, will the scorpion sting? And will his sting prove too lethal for the ghost? Can you even sting a ghost? I don't know. Anyway, Ceazer shooting on and commands the red class of balls. Enoch Jesha says this is something else. It's like a magical game. Yes, indeed. G. Chuesha says these guys are world class. I agree with you. I certainly agree with that notion. Dylan Temba, you're asking when the final is. The finals will be held today. So we're cruising right through all the way to the finals. In the first knife, we now have 4 men standing. 4 men remain. That's Kasazi Jova from Uganda, Ian Kazibu from Uganda, Ceazer Chandigar from Uganda, and Pakanati Jimu from Zimbabwe. And now in life 2, we are down to 8 men. Quarterfinals. Seems Ceazer may have snookered himself there. Yeah, the cue ball is touching onto the yellow. The referee has just confirmed. Ceazer looks a little disappointed in himself in that. And that execution is requested to go cushion first. It's been allowed to. Whoa! I actually feel that that red was was making its way to the bottom left corner pocket. That would have been a fluke until it is intercepted by one of the other balls on the table. Anyway, Aiden Joseph back in business. I believe he got his ball there. One visit. Not a foul. Aiden's back on, thinking and plotting. Oh. Oh, was it a foul? My bad. I actually thought he got his ball. My bad. I may have seen it incorrectly there. I thought it was not a foul. Anyway, Aiden shoots on. I like the way he just eliminated Ceazer's ball completely. Just to get rid of extra traffic, unnecessary traffic, for him to shoot away with ease. 3 yellows remain. Here we go, the bottom corner pocket, then center, then back to the bottom corner pocket, and lastly the black. I think this is a done deal. Crowd is clapping and cheering. What a marvel. Entertainment galore. This has been an exciting encounter so far. Several goosebump worthy shots. Awesome shots between these two. They're sitting almost the same. I guess, save for that Ceazer has his arms crossed, maybe reserving some feelings to himself. Aiden looks more relaxed. But who's to say Ceazer's not relaxed? I think they both got this. They both feel they got this. You never know. It's any man's game, really. 7-5 it is in favor of Ceazer. 12 frames down out of a possible 17. It's game number 13. Aiden breaking and breaks dry. I tip Ceazer to try and clear, to try and deliver a red apple for us here. I'd like to see a decider, most certainly.
Table number 2. Versus Ibra Sejjemba, table number 2.
All he needs to do is just focus and shoot away. You know, for most of us amateurs, this looks like a very confusing layout of balls, but for players like Ceazer and Aiden, he sees the whole pattern in his head, just ready to execute. He just needs to be careful enough to plot. Well, I don't even need to mention that. These two are very careful potters. They know how much focus they need to put. They know not to take any shot for granted, and they do recognize the prowess in the other. They acknowledge the giant in the other, and they do not take each other for granted. It's always fair game between these two. It's always, ooh, that was an unfortunate knock off the cue ball onto that yellow, messing up the pattern slightly. Well, not slightly, actually, more than slightly. The cue ball was supposed to ideally go right around the yellow to make for an easy clearance, but there's always plan B with this, guys. Let's see how he handles plan B. I have a feeling awesome shot loading. No. Oh, I felt bad for him there. I don't know what was going through his mind. He did not legalize. No ball made contact with any cushion. So that is a free shot on the visit. It's a foul awarded to Aiden Joseph, who I'm almost certain will clear. In other news, congratulations to Sif after defeating Maluva there. And one of the other matches currently ongoing in the venue. Back to this table. Aiden ready to work his magic, slowly climbing up the hill, nearing the top of the hill. Unless he makes a mistake, he should be good to go. Ngobodi Tseke says, but are you guys sure that this tournament is staged in Harare? Yes, it is indeed in Harare, Zimbabwe, just outside the capital, just outside Harare, in a location known as Mount Hampton, at premises known as Life Haven. Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa's premises, where he's hosting these pool players, free registration, and taking very good care of them. 5-star accommodation, very yummy gourmet meals, taking good care of them. Registration is free, and a total of $15,000 on the line to be won, with the first prize winner getting to walk away with $6,000. Second place, $4,000. And third place, the winner walk away with $2,000. Number 4, $1,000. And those that finish in positions 5 to 8 will each walk away with $500. Definitely worth your time and effort. Well done to the Ghost. Nicely cruised down to the top of the hill, 8-5. Can Ceazer engages serious handbrake there, winning 4 straight frames. The Ghost seems to be in form. It's going to be a tall order for the Ghost. For the Scorpion, but it's not impossible. Let's see how it goes. 13 frames down. Ceazer set to break next and frame number 14. Shewa Katipa Mafumo says, what happens if Ceazer loses? Wow. He's a sportsman. Good sportsmanship. He'll congratulate Aiden. Respectfully bow out of life 2 and wait his turn in life 1. He still has both lives intact at the moment. That's Ceazer. He's in life 1 still, one of the last 4 remaining. Aiden is on his last life. Frame number 14. Ceazer breaks. Dry. Will this be the last visit of this encounter? Will he close this off with an apple? You know, I like deciders, but I do not like apples in the last frame or apples in deciders. I feel it's rather sour. I feel, both players ought to have a turn, to each have a turn at it. But hey, it's part of the game. If you deliver an apple, then kudos to you if you manage to. Yellows it is for Aiden here, and 8-5 is the scoreline. positioning there. And 4 yellows remain for Aiden. This is not as easy as it looks, actually. He needs to manipulate his cue ball very well in order to position for that last yellow, the yellow closest to the black. Positional play is everything, eh? They always think about position, position, position. He needs to be careful about the position for that last yellow, careful enough not to snooker himself and to get the angle right where he places the cue ball in order for him to also get a position for the black, a good enough position for the black. He's just about measured where he wants the cue ball to land, somewhere between the black and the reds, and hopefully he manages it. Ooh, that was beautiful. It looks easy, but it's not. That shot gave me goosebumps. But then again, I'm very easy to impress when it comes to pool, when it comes to beautiful shots, and I wish I could do that. Aiden now down to the last yellow. Will it be the last visit? Will it be the last frame? Let's see. I like the way the fans are very respectful, and it's not the last visit of the day. I like the way the fans are very respectful. The crowd goes very, very silent when a player is on the table, which is what we all ought to do. Respecting the game, giving the game the respect it deserves. They may cheer on after a good shot, clap and cheer, but they totally respect the player and go silent after each shot, regardless of who they are supporting. Kudos to the fans on that one. Very good crowd here. Ceazer shoots on for his sake. I hope he manages to clear this. I still hope to see a decider. I think 8-6 loading. Let's see. I like the way they go shooting away, developing any problem balls, and getting the cue ball perfectly positioned. Well, not perfectly sometimes, but good enough for a pot. They're very good potters. So even sometimes when they mess up the position of the cue ball, they always, for the most part, manage to recover with good position. And how's that? Just like that, he's down to the last red. Ooh, look at that right English. Right side spin, struck the cue ball to the right of it to cause it to have that effect, and just like that, 8-6 it is. 14 frames down out of a possible 17. From here on out, we'll see anything between 1 and 3 frames. If he pulls back, it'll be 3 straight, or Aiden can just wrap this up. I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling nervous. Sometimes I feel I'm rather, very anxious, sometimes maybe even more anxious than the players themselves. Oh, I feel so heavily invested. I don't have a favorite to win this particular encounter, but it just gets me at the edge of my seat. Frame number 15, Aiden breaking. And Aiden breaks dry. Something the fans have cheered about. So this caliber of players, a break is something to celebrate even. Because it defines a lot, determines a lot. As these two are very good at delivering a red and green apples. So the chances of Ceazer winning the frame shoot up immensely, instantly, when Aiden delivers a dry break, and vice versa. Pardon Mapira says, do we want another Aiden and Caesar match? So Aiden win this one, please. Yeah. There are other people who are feeling the same way you're feeling. But hey, it's really any man's game. May the best man win at the end of the day. There's a yummy pot waiting at the end of the line, at the end of the tournament. $6,000 first prize. He messed up the position there. He doesn't look too happy with it. Looking at his body language, the position is not quite ideal. He could still try and combine to center, but cue ball go past center, and the next pot might be a bit more difficult. And difficult it is after he's just snookered himself. Getting his yellow was easy enough. Potting, on the other hand, was a tall order. Chance back to Aiden after that unfortunate dry break. With a lot less traffic now on the table, with most yellows gone, the table was looking a lot clearer, a lot simpler for Aiden. Will he deliver? Will he close this off now? Or will the Scorpion live to see another frame? High five to you all that have joined us. Whether you're here earlier or have just joined us, thank you all for your delightful company. Hope you're enjoying this show. What a spectacle. Awesome shots, awesome venue, awesome players, awesome management, awesome organization, awesome everything right round. And not forgetting the fans as well. They too are awesome. Everything is just awesome right round. Aiden thinking hard, plotting, planning. They take a bit of time planning, thinking away. And then when they go, they cruise. I think he's seeing the best pattern here. And he's shooting away. Good position. Relatively good. But he doesn't look too pleased with it himself. But normally when he feels he messed up with a shot, I think he tends to look up as if looking up to the heavens for some inspiration, or kick his leg out a little. Then you know it's a little bit of frustration in Aiden. But plan B, good recovery, nice long range shot. That's how it is with these top players. Even if they mess up, somehow they find a way to recover because they're good potters. They may leave themselves with a long range pot unintentionally, but they somehow find a way to recover. Aiden seems to have recovered pretty nicely, and down now to the last three reds. He's going to try and make position once again for the position he messed up earlier. A little bit of a top spin, more of like a stop shot rather, with this long range shot, and then lastly those two reds nearest to the black. Ooh, he messed that up. I didn't see that coming. Is it the pressure, perhaps? But then again, we're all prone to mistakes, aren't we? Not too sure if there's a clear path for Ceazer's yellows there. Looks a little bit complicated. But will it be complicated for the Scorpion? I think not. Maybe not, maybe. Okay, defense mode activated. Not quite right. He left too big a gap there by the corner pocket. Big enough for Aiden to squeeze past, for any of his balls to make your way into that pocket there. All right, game's turned a little tactical now. Quite like tactical frames times, not just the attacking frames where they just attack away. Sometimes I like these kind of frames where they go tactical. I like to see how they think, how they apply their mind. There goes Aiden looking up to the heavens as if to seek some inspiration. He's feeling the heat. When it's crunch time, he tends to do that. Winces a little, maybe kick out his foot a little, or lean against the table, shake his head or look up. Sighs deeply, breathes in deeply, and poises himself to take a shot. Ooh, what a cut and a half. Whoa, that is beautifully done. I guess now he could maybe go for the bottom left, or at the moment it's top left corner pocket, slight drawback, and then lastly the red that's close to that yellow. That'll be a beautiful finish if he manages it. Oh, even center pocket. The cue ball control though, I love it. Lovely, lovely, very impressive. Even the crowd is on their feet now. It's hot in here. It's awesome. It's lit and it's almost done, maybe. Maybe not. He shouldn't be able to mess up this pot. Should be pretty simple for him. For most of us, we may get the pot right, but somehow the cue will maybe find its way into the pocket or just mess up the pot horribly. For star players like this, it might just spell doom for Ceazer, unfortunately. And just like that, the black is down. Congratulations to Aiden. Well done. I have goosebumps. After that beautiful show, goosebumps all over me. Wow, what a beauty to... These two are definitely a marvel to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Hope you all enjoyed it too. Thank you all for your delightful company. Thank you for joining us. The crowd is just celebrating on behalf of Aiden. And I like how they've just gone to stand near each other. Okay, not anymore, but Ceazer's a good sport. Congratulated Aiden. He always is a good sport. Good sportsmanship. Now Aiden, 1 life, Ceazer, 1 life. We have 3 men remaining in the tournament. Actually 2 in the tournament that have both lives intact. That's Kasozi Joseph and Ian Kazibwe. Hang 10, ladies and gentlemen. That's it from me for now, Priscilla Crystal Voice. In a few minutes, we will bring you another match on the same table. On another table, Pila Mazambane is battling it out against Mafana, aka Stephen Paswane. While Aiden looks on while celebrating his win, Aiden will be battling it out against whoever wins between Mafana and Pila Mazambane, and that will be a semi-final match of Life 2. All right, we've just switched over to another quarterfinal match, pitting Sif Hamad from Tanzania against Kelvin Gandu, aka Fikati from Zambia. Current scoreline stands at 1-0 in favor of Sif. This is the second frame here. One of them will cruise on to the last for the semi-final. They're both in their last leg, so to speak, the last life. They're looking focused. Scoreline now is a 1-1.
results that just came through. Ibra, Sejjemba against Joseph Kasozi. Joseph Kasozi is won 9-1. He is qualified into the semifinal. For your own information, Joseph Kasozi is the only player who is still standing with 2 lives. Attention, we are now resuming our Life 1 semi-final, the first semi-final, which is between Ceazer the Scorpion and Papanati. They will come on to the main table, table number 1. congratulations. Nokubira wapa kuti mafans tichiuya magames edu asara will be using this physical table. So if we can accommodate each other this side, that would be better.
Hi again to you all. This is a semi-final match, Life 1. We're back to Life 1. We cruised on in Life 1 on day 1 of the tournament that was yesterday, all the way to the last four. The last four of Life 1 features these two players, Ceazer Chandigar from Uganda and Pakana Tijimu from Zimbabwe. The other two players in Life 1 are Kasozi Joseph and Ian Kazibwe, both from Uganda. In Life 2, the four men remaining are Aiden Joseph from South Africa, and he will be facing Pila Mazambani, also from South Africa. In the other bracket, in the last four of the second life, we have Kasozi Joseph, and he will get to face the winner between Sif and Kelvin. That game is still underway, so we wait to see that one wrap up. But yeah, Aiden Joseph gave a good run for the money. The last match on this particular table gave Ceazer a good run for the money. It was a very interesting match, and Ceazer is back on the table with one life remaining. There's only one player who still has both lives intact, and that's Kasozi Joseph from Uganda. Pakanati Jimu here on the table in command of the red class of balls. He won the toss and elected to break first. So he'll be breaking at all odd numbered frames, while Ceazer breaks at all even numbered frames. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been with us the whole day today and yesterday, thank you for hanging with us. If you've just joined us, thank you for joining us. Thank you all for your delightful company. Hope you enjoy. It's a delightful tournament, delightful show. Lots of awesomeness right around, from awesome shots, awesome players, awesome organization, awesome venue, awesome everything right around. And not forgetting the fans, awesome crowd we have right here. This tournament is the second of its kind, celebrating the birthday of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. The first was last year, the first of its kind was last year, and that was featuring 16 Zimbabwean players, and Ronnie O'Sullivan clinched that one. This time they've gone bigger and better, the second edition of the tournament, of the PPT tournament, and that has 32 participants all in all from a total of 7 different countries, and that's Zimbabwe, Eswatini, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, and yeah, that's just about it. This is the first frame between Ceazer and Paka. It's game on. They're both down to their last lives, so it's do or die. But they're both now $500 richer, as they've basically made it to the last 8 of the tournament. And the last 8, those that are in the last 8 walk away with each $500. Number 4 walks away with $1,000. Number 3 walks away with $2,000. Number 2 walks away with $4,000, and number 1 $6,000. A lot of money on the line. Total prize package $15,000. Free entry, free accommodation, awesome meals. The players are very much and very well catered for. Ceazer attacking away here. Looks to be in a good position to clear. Not the best of positions there for the black. Cue ball a little too close to the black. Not ideal, but let's see what plan will be made. Just avoiding a push shot. All right, I think he was trying a snooker. Played that a little too softly. Nevertheless, he left Paka in a very difficult position to take off from and pot that last red. It's do or die. It's the first frame in a race to 9. Semi-final match of Life 1. I'm not sure what I was trying to do there. It was very difficult to defend there. I think he should have just gone for the kill, tried to bang that ball. It was worth a shot. It was worth a try. Ceazer is a very good potter. There was a high chance he's going to pot it if Paka hadn't managed the pot. 1-0 it is in favor of Ceazer. Ceazer's breaking at all even numbered frames. And it's a race to 9. All right, frame number 2 in progress. Good break there from Ceazer. Breaking and potting. I think yellows may be the balls to go for here, but these players have a mind of their own. Let's see what Ceazer opts for here. But I reckon yellows are a much better choice. Easy to close table and develop the other yellow. He's done it just right. And I'm sure he's set to cruise on. Care to share your predictions in the comment section? Who do you think will emerge the winner? What do you think the final scoreline will be between Ceazer and Paka? Ooh, what a miss. Failed to pop that ball, and Paka is back on the grind. Paka Natijimu, aka Sir of Sirs, caused a few upsets during this tournament. He's held his own pretty well. Didn't do too bad. Did much better in his life 1 as compared to his life 2. In his life 2, he went pretty far, tried all the way to the quarter final, no, actually last 16 of a life 2. Did a little better than life 1. And life 2, his first round, he faced Sakala, fellow countryman Timothy Enida, aka Sakala. He won that in a decider. In the second round, he then lost in a deciding match to Mafana. That was life 2. And then in life 1, he did a lot better. He's still in, and one of the last 4 men standing in that first life. I think the biggest upset for most fans would be his victory over Jeremiah Ganda yesterday. It was a very exciting match to watch. It was very interesting and very entertaining. Just a bit about his journey yesterday in his life 1. First round, he faced Adriel Shamu, aka Dilele, fellow countryman. He won that in the decider. Then after that, he beat Bubisi from Eswatini. Kosenati Sihlongonyane is his name. That ended 9-2. Thereafter, he was matched up against Jerry Naidu and won that 9-6. Now he faces Ceazer in the last 4, aka semi-final of life 1. Let's see how he does. Ceazer, on the other hand, as far as Ceazer's journey, in the first round yesterday, he played against Family Man. He won 9-3. This is a life 1, by the way. And then second round, he won 9-3 again versus Bibido. following round, he won a 9-2 versus Sifamad. And now he faces Pakanatijimo in the semi-final match. He had 2 lives remaining all the way until the last 8 of life 2. And I lost to Aiden Joseph just a short while ago. He'd been doing pretty well since the morning in live 2. In his first round today, live 2, he was racing against Zimbabwean star Ronald Kazembe, who's the defending champion for the PPT tournament. He won the first edition last year. That's O'Sullivan, that's his nickname. Ceazer won a 9-4 in that one. Thereafter, he faced Masiment, another Zimbabwean, and won a 9-5. After that, he then lost a 9-6 to Aiden Joseph, and that was in the quarterfinal of Life 2. He remains now with 1 life, standing on 1 leg, and eager to race on, eager to fight hard, eager to grab the $6,000 coveted pot at the end of the day. He focuses. Good stance, good stroke, good pivot, and a good pot. Down to 2 lost yellows here. Eric Performerland, I hope then that answered your question as to whether Ceazer still has 2 lives intact. So yes, he just has 1 remaining life. His other life was taken by Aiden. Down to the black. And confidently potted. 2-0 it is, after a good early start. Let's see how it goes. A dry break there on what should have otherwise been a good break by Paka, as the balls are nicely opened up and split there, waiting for a hungry Ceazer to attack on. He's opted for the red class of balls and now shoots away. This may be 3-0 loading. Nicely played, developing the 1 red there near center just to make it a little easier for himself to pot. And I think this may very well be another frame under his belt. Tapiwa Boucher, to answer your question, Paka remains with 1 life. And Ceazer has 2 reds remaining. Potting the top left center pocket, obviously, then the center pocket, the top left corner pocket, then center pocket, and then a rail drive on the back to call it a wrap as far as this frame is concerned. Jay Mudatiri asking who is Aiden playing against next. Aiden has one life remaining, and that's life 2. Is the last 4 of life 2, and he's set to be matched up against fellow countryman Pilani Ngosi, Pila Mazambane, aka the Potato. 3-0 it is. Ceazer cruising on. Off to a very good start. Can I get some predictions? What do you think the final scoreline will be at the end of this party between Paka and Ceazer? It's looking a little grim for Paka at the moment, but who's to say he cannot recover? He needs to just try and engage a handbrake, focus, and pot away.
Table number 2, Aiden Joseph versus Pila Mazambani. Table number 2, Aiden Joseph versus Pila Mazambani. Can you help me to locate them? Kindly help to locate Pila and Aiden.
Nathan Thomas, answer a question. Aiden is about to play. He's being called to the table now to play against Pila Mazambani. You're asking when he's playing, so he's playing now on a different table. Meanwhile, the game continues here. Paka carefully studying the layout of the balls, studying how we execute, and is ready to shoot. Gibson Tambalala says Ibra humiliated Ginte 9-2 just to die in the hands of Kasozi 9-1. Aish. Yeah, this life no balance. Yeah, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. It's part of the game. And you're never truly a winner at the end of the day unless you learn how to be a good sport. You learn how to lose some. And you cannot expect to win without being afraid to lose at some point. That's just how it is. Ooh, lovely. Lovely manipulation of the cue ball there. Good positional play. Center pot, then bottom right corner pocket. Easy as. He makes it look so easy. These top players have a way of making it look so easy. Katua Chalo is predicting 9-1 to Ceazer. Peter Lucas is predicting 9-2 in favor of Ceazer, and Thomas Beva agrees with you. Mo Maricano says 9-3. And Mgoma says Ceazer to win 9-3. Give to Shariwa says likely Ceazer 9-0. All right, that's a bit brutal. All right, anyway. Kasozi Steve Boris says Gibson Tambalala pool can mean to be hard, bro. Yeah, it does look hard, but they make it look easy. Although it's a lot harder than it actually looks. It's not so easy potting those balls. It comes from years and years of practice. These guys have perfected the art. Years and years and hours of drills. Lots of practice, lots of dedication, and lots of confidence and faith. Right, referee's just striking the balls, preparing for the next frame with Paka to break. Benson Jacob is predicting 9-3 to Ceazer. Sejjemba Mashora is predicting an Aden and Ceazer final. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Jay Mudatiru says 9-4 to Ceazer. McPherson, Big Boy, says 9-1. All right. Zwela Kendava says 9-0. Wounded Scorpion is lethal. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. All right. Good break there. At least not a dry break. He has a very good chance for now. Just needs to perfect his shots and not mess up. Frame number 5 in progress. Morrison Duck says 9-2 in favor of Ceazer. Benson Jacob predicting 9-1 in favor of Paka. Okay. Tafara Chindara asking this is which country against Zimbabwe? Well, your question, for starters, is not exactly, I suppose, phrased correctly because there's no countries versus other countries here. It's one man for himself, regardless of which country you come from. And we have 7 countries represented here, but everyone is here as a one-man band, basically, so to speak. 7 countries being Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia, Malawi, Eswatini, Tanzania, and Uganda. It's a one-man competition, so each man for himself, regardless of which country you come from. A Zimbabwean may face a Zimbabwean, a South African may face a South African, and that has happened. So you're not fighting together as a nation. You may even fight against each other. So it's not about which country you come from or fighting as a nation. It's a one-man tournament. Well, I hope I explained that in a way that you can understand. Anyway, back to this game. It's a very quick first 5 frames. I feel like first 4 frames. This is frame number 5. The game has only just started, and it's already 4-0. Can Paka pull back? You never know. Let's see. Trimo Americano is predicting 9-3 in favor of a Ceazer. All right. Pilo Lucas is predicting a 9-0. All right. Tafara Joaki also predicting 9-0. Lashley Mrefu 9-3. All right. Wesley Palata predicting 9-2. 9-0 is your prediction, Samuel Ringo. Okay. You never know. Brian Moyo is agreeing with you. Well, so far, I'm only seeing Ceazer to win predictions. No one so far has predicting a Paka to win scenario. He's trying. He's fighting hard, though. He's really trying. They have messed up a little. But he's fighting harder than a one-legged man in a kicking contest, I think. Damien Duff is predicting 9-2 in favor of a Ceazer. Okay. Amos EC says 9-1 to Ceazer. Stanley Marco says Paka to win 9-8, the first Paka to win prediction I've seen. Okay. Somebody has faith in him. You never know. You never know. Believe. Good shot there. Good shot from Paka. Good cue ball management. Simbarashe Kumbochuma says 9-0. All right. Joshua Chambera says 9-5 Ceazer to win. Katua Chalo says Paka will win at least one. Admire Era says 4-9 in favor of Paka. Bismarck Moyo, Paka to win 9-7. All right. 3 predictions in favor of Paka so far. Unfortunately, though, Paka messed that finish up. He didn't manage to clear and has given Ceazer back the game. Persuade Matamba says 9-2 to Ceazer. Trimo Capesa says, I'm still wondered about that loss to Aiden. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get you, but it's not the end of the day. There's still lots more to come today, and your horse could still clinch a first prize. $6,000 in the line. You never know. Elijah Kaiser says 9-4 in favor of Ceazer. YD Legend says 9-6 to Paka. Takuzamburiza 9-6 to Ceazer. Tinashe Otiman 9-8 to Paka. All right. To a Charlie, what do you mean? Those saying Pakatu and are just mocking him in a way. They have faith in him, and anything can happen. Break time's over and frame number 6 in progress. The first bit of this match. Paco's failing miserably, trailing horribly. 5-0. Can he make amends? Rewrite the narrative? Engage a handbrake? Pull back. Ooh, that was a beautiful shot. Beauty of a shot that was. There's still quite a bit of work to be done, but not impossible. Right, good shooting. One good center pot. Get the cue ball to go right round the table. Rubal come back up for the last 3. Hopefully for his sake he manages to position his cue ball pretty well to make the pot on those last 3 reds. Okay, he had some other idea. Not going for that center pot. Maybe just developing his reds a bit. Ceazer was trying to pot center there. Good thinking though the execution was a little off. Tactical frame here, this has become. Slow and steady they are. Easy does it. Regis Jumbuni asking if Paka loses here, does he get any money or it's done? He is in the last 4 of Life 1, so that essentially is the last 8 overally for the whole tournament. So he is one of the last 8 participants for the tournament, and each of those that are in the last 8 are guaranteed $500, which is what positions 5 to 8 will walk away with. That is very risky, but very well done. You can see the takeoff nicely here. It could go for a difficult shot. That yellow closest to the cue ball, cutting it to the bottom left corner pocket, or go for a long range shot. That yellow near the black, or some other magical shot. He's going for a bank shot. Wow, very neatly done. Very well measured. That is so beautifully done. Very beautifully played. Positional play, superb. What a marvel to watch. He makes it look so easy. Down to the last 2 yellows. It's probably game down. Clean finish. Ceazer's very clinical. Very entertaining as well. Very talented. They both are. But Paka is being seriously drowned at the minute by Ceazer's play. Can he recover? It'll take a lot for him to do so. 6-0. It's quite a bit of a tough position to be in. Trailing by a whole 6 frames in a race to 9 against what someone called him a wounded lion.
A very good evening, everybody. From wherever you're watching, Mickey Muzumbola, John Musara, Jay Williams, Calvin Rufaro, and all of you in your usual hundreds, a very good evening to you. Now, this match between Ceazer Chandigar and Pakana Tijimo is in the round of last four. It is the first life semi-finals of the PPT Patriarchs Pool Tournament. Celebration of the birth of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, which he does for the second year in a row, this time around deciding to share it with the guys that have his most fond passion when he's not in church. The Prophet is born today, the tournament is ending today, and the African pool fraternity is now at a standstill. We are having one of the tournament favorites lead bigly against Pakanati Jemo. Ceazer is having a score to settle after losing the most tightly contested match of them all in the competition against Aiden Joseph in a very battered match that had about 8 apples in a race to 9. If I'm not mistaken, I can't even forget how classy a performance we are watching. In fact, Ceazer didn't play any bad. Aiden was just so clinical and so lethal. The Scorpion from Uganda is having a 7-frame lead against Paka. He's called the Sire of Stars, coming from Harare in Zimbabwe. Under the Nevsan Select Management Team is Paka. Under the Advanced Talent Agency Management Team is Ceazer Chandigar, who looks to be set to make the first live final to take on either Joseph Kasozi or Ian Kaziwe. That one, if it does happen, will be an all-Ugandan first live final, which shall as well mean a Ugandan confirmed in the grand final. There is another Ugandan tussling it out against yet another Ugandan, so there will be in both first life and second life finals at least one Ugandan in each, in what is looking like the best ever performance of Ugandans in any international competition on the pool table, not just in the recent history, but since the start of international competition. It is this that has become their best hunting ground. Both Pakanat in terms of prize and Ceazer are confirmed, having won $500 even before the start of this match, because simply being here confirms them among the top 8. There is 500 more to win for whoever wins this match, because they will get themselves into the top 4 for the winner, and the fourth player will take home $1,000. For Pakanat, this is one of the biggest matches of his life, if not the very biggest. Never has he gotten himself to a stage this far. It's just that he's facing a guy that has been there so many times, has all the skill, all the quality, all the expertise to be here and do it as much as he is so far. It is 7-0 with Ceazer Chandigar leading against Pakanat Jimo. Live commentary throughout the rest of the competition will be coming from myself, Simon Peter Chove, for most of the time, alongside my partner in crime, Priscilla Chisorovari, who I've always been making fun of. Today I've gotten a chance to see her new kid, who is very good looking like the mom. It also creates time for some mother-to-child bonding. Now, told you that she has not been commentating of late because she was for some time expectant, and just happy that she's not here to listen to what I'm saying now. Every time I get opportunity, I'll be getting you updates from other matches on other tables. In this one, things are moving pretty much like they've been ever since the start. Pakanat is having what could be a molding of his career. He's a pretty good player. He doesn't have bad history of performance against Ugandan players. In fact, he won a money match against, who was it? Joseph Kasozi just 2.5 weeks ago at Mega 1 in this same city of Harare. Today, the other Ugandan is now thrashing him by 8 frames to 0 in a race to 9, meaning that the big miracle of Pakanati winning 9 frames in a row is what has to suffice him into the first life final. 8 for Ceazer and 0 for Pakanati in a race to 9. Special thanks to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa for just realizing his passion. He likes pool. I've gotten a chance to meet him. He told me how he's always watching these games when he's not in church. He also plays the game. He also has pictures of himself playing pool spread around the venue. And he's so comfortable around pool players. Just wants to organize a tournament that improves their lives simply. He's not even asking any single dollar for registration. And yet he's giving $15,000 as prize pot for the top 8. And those include almost all that are involved in the competition at this stage. Free meals, top class meals, buffet, not just any meals, not just Ceazer. You eat whatever you want, and top class accommodation for all players. All fans don't have to pay anything, they are just invited. Majority of them a member of the congregation. Those that want to make it are being asked for $100, not because it's the target, but simply to limit the numbers. I don't even think anyone has paid. People are just staying at home and watching online a competition that has become an internet sensation for today and yesterday. If Ceazer wins this ongoing frame, that will be it for what will become officially now the most one-sided match of the competition, needing to put the 2 yellows to diagonal corner pockets. That is now top from this camera angle. It is top left now. Cue ball into the red, where it will be in perfect position for the black. The rest is just a formality. He's already getting a round of applause from the fans. Pakanat's body language is one of a player that has already given up, and he's right to do so, because he has been outthought, outplayed, outmuscled, and well beaten by the Scorpion. It's the most one-sided semi-final that you will ever see. With the final score, as Ceazer gets a round of applause, 9 for Ceazer and 0 for Pakanat.
Ceazer is qualified into the final of the first line, so he's now waiting for an opponent from the game that is currently underway between Ian Kazigwe and Joseph Kasozi. This is a final in Life 1. There will be another final that will be played in Life 2.